Hey everyone.
Hello, Dubai.
So right now it's 5:35. I have not slept. I have these heatless curls in. Today I'm going to go take my ID picture for this school year. So I did decide that I'm gonna post more regularly on this channel. I just want to start doing more makeup content. So this is gonna be like my second makeup video. That's not all I'm gonna post probably, but that is what I'm gonna be leaning into the most. So what better way to start the video than with a very sleep deprived me. You might be asking, well, Annika, if it's 5:30 and you haven't slept yet, what could you have been possibly doing for that whole time? Well, the past 2 days, I've randomly been in the mood to watch horror movies. And I don't know why, but I decided to watch them in my room alone. And it's been really late when I do it. I watched the Poughkeepsie.
And when I'm back in Poughkeepsie, I feel it.
Poughkeepsie tapes. Very, very overhyped. The only part I liked was the ending. And then 2 others tonight, which I'm gonna get into in a little bit. But first, I'm gonna try to get some sleep. The reason I have not been able to sleep, the second movie that I watched tonight was so mortifying in a psychological sense of like complete plot twist. When I tell you I was literally pacing around the room thinking I was gonna have a panic attack over this movie. Looking back, I was being a little dramatic, but it hit so hard. But I'll get into it later. I'm back, and I just accidentally made myself bleed. So here are the curls. They're very messy right now. It's like, let me check. It's 1:51 p.m. I just woke up about 20 minutes ago. And I'm home alone, I think. So I don't really know what's going on. I think I woke up too late to go take it, but I'm gonna still get ready. And then if I do go, then I go. And if I don't, I don't. But at least I'll still look cunty. So this is like a side part moment. I know they're out and like millennial, but I made it cute. They're back in. So I'm going to start with primer like I usually do. Oh! Like I said, my desk is still very messy, but I use this primer. It is the pink e.l.f. Power Grip, and I just like to do a few pumps. I didn't show this last time, but I still did it. But it also depends on what kind of mood I am in, because sometimes primer, it's just, I don't use it because I'm doing like less, but I am doing a full face. So whenever I do full face, I do like to use primer. And then the important thing is to let it sit on your skin for about 5 minutes before you put anything else on, so that it can really get grippy. I moved my bed I had it against the corner before, and now it's moved to like right behind me. I actually like it a lot more. Just thought I'd say that. I don't know. That's why it looks different in here since my last one. I'm gonna go ahead and start filling my brows. I have been using an eyebrow serum recently, and it's already been working. I've noticed my eyebrows have gotten a little bit darker than they naturally usually are. So that's really fun. But I'm going to fill them out in the 2016 way forever because I just love it. It'll never go out of style, in my opinion. So this is the eyebrow shape, and then I fill it in. And then I blend it at the front to make like a ombre eyebrow. Oh shit, it broke. Some people use, what's it called? Pomade. Some people use pomade for this, and I used to, but it hardens so quickly. Like, I wasn't even done with the full container before it just hardened and I couldn't use it. So, I personally think eyebrow pencils are definitely easier to work with. Okay, so that's the first one. And then now I'm going to do the other one and then carve them out with concealer. They do look a little weird right now, but that's why I'm gonna be cleaning them up. So the concealer that I use is Milani, and the label has worn off, so you can't tell that it's Milani, but that's what it is. And I'm gonna use this little brush to do it. Sometimes I just use this, but I've noticed I get more like precise results when I use an actual brush. So it depends on what you use to carve them out. But just get it on the brush, you know, lather it up, and I like to start in the middle and just go all the way down and around the eyebrow. I want to talk about the reason that I was so like tired in the first clip and I hadn't slept. So I said that I watched these horror movies, right? So the first one I watched, this was 2 days ago now. It was the Poughkeepsie tapes. I won't be spoiling any of these, by the way, but I'll just be giving a review of them, like how they made me feel, but not what actually happened, in case you guys want to watch any of them. So this movie, I expected it to be really good. Okay, eyebrows are done now. But I had heard a lot about this movie online about how scary it was and all that. But personally, I didn't find it very scary. Like, it was obviously disturbing, and there were parts of it that were hard to watch. But the acting was just horrendous. And the only good acting job I saw was at the very end of the movie, which I won't spoil, but I'd honestly recommend watching just for that part. It doesn't make sense on its own, so you'd have to watch the whole thing for context, but once you get to the end, it's good. I'm using the Rare Beauty foundation. Sometimes it depends on what foundation I use. Sometimes I use this Wet n Wild one, but they're obviously two very different shades. But since I'm getting a picture taken, I don't want to look orange on the picture. I have to look good because I'm gonna have to use this for the rest of the year. Okay, so then last night I was still in a mood to watch horror movies. So I had heard about this movie called Skinamarink, and I had heard it was like pretty trippy. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll watch it. I'd also heard it was pretty boring at times. And it was really hard to get into. So definitely don't watch it if you don't want to just be staring at a wall for like 20 minutes. That's basically what it is. But there were like little like parts where there were things happening. And it got all trippy at the end. And it was just very slow movie. Like all of that could have happened in 10 minutes, but they dragged it out to be an hour and however many minutes long. So it was okay. I would not watch it again. It was so hard to get through, but I appreciated it for what it was. Once again, no spoilers for what actually happens, in case anyone wants to watch. So then, after that, I was in the mood for something a little more lighthearted. I was like, I want to watch something that's like a horror, but it's not like full, gonna have nightmares about it. So I was debating on watching Eraserhead or a newer movie, because that came out in like the 70s. But I wanted to watch it because I think the Eraserhead is kind of cute. So I was like, that could be like a cute little horror movie to end the night with. But then I was thinking about this movie that I had seen everywhere on TikTok. It just came out like a month ago, and everyone was going to see it in theaters. That movie was I Saw the TV Glow. And I was like, okay. I didn't read much into it, and it looked like it was kind of a lighthearted horror movie that was also kind of like a drama. So I thought it was just going to be about these two teenagers, and they live in kind of a weird world with like some scary costumes, you know what I mean? So I thought that would be kind of more of a lighthearted horror movie to watch. And I had heard it wasn't really scary. So I was like, that's where I put the concealer, by the way. But that's why I watched it. So it was about 1 a.m. when I put it on. Actually, no, I think it was earlier than that. Because it was pretty long. So I put it on after I watched Skinamarink. And I'm trying to talk about it without spoiling it, because it's very hard not to spoil it. I wanted to do like a full rant about everything that happened, but I know that some people still want to watch it because it's not out on all streaming services yet, so a lot of people haven't had a chance to watch it. First of all, I'm trying to think what to say. This movie was not what I had expected at all. I would say I was pretty bored with it for the first 30 to 40 minutes. I didn't like either of the main characters, and I didn't know where it was going. I didn't really know what message they were trying to give. It was just very, very boring. Not a horror movie at all. That's just what they want you to believe. When it got to the last 20-minute mark of the movie, spoiler alert, skip ahead if you don't want to hear this, what happens to change it. The entire plot does a complete 180, and everything that we had learned about these characters from this TV show inside of the movie, this fictional TV show, it was all fake. And it was just seen a certain type of way by these characters because they were so young. Can you believe that? The contrast between this like beautifully shot artistry of a movie, pretty boring, but I liked the cinematography, completely flipped to like this adult man's life, which is the most bland and boring ever, and the most depressing ever. It was not scary per se, but it just made me feel the most dreadful, like dark feeling I think I've ever felt before. There's so much more I want to get into about it, like the actual plot. I don't want to spoil it, any more of it. Go watch it. Go fucking watch it. It is so life-changing. I was literally pacing around the room when I was watching it. I had to pause it for a while and just reflect on everything that had happened. That's how much it scared me. And it didn't rely on like jump scares or death. None of that even happened. It was just psychological torture. And I don't see anyone giving it credit. People are saying that it's bad all over the internet. It's literally not bad. You just don't understand it. The whole thing was a metaphor for finding your gender identity and being trans. So basically, these two characters are really into a TV show. But the TV show is basically this whole metaphor for finding themselves. And it's just really beautiful, but I also hate it a lot because they really mess with your head. I think that's all I'm gonna say about it for now. I could rant for hours about it. Oh yeah, this is my contour stick. I found it again. It like randomly appears. So this is my placement for it. I've noticed this looks the best on me for like my face shape. It's making me look a little bit orange, but it's okay. I also forgot to add powder. I normally add powder before I add contour or anything else. I don't know why I was feeling like doing it this way today, but we switch it up every time. I said in my last video that I do my makeup differently every time I do it. Whether that be like one of the steps or one of the products, I just like to switch it up and see what I like best. Because I'm still a beginner, guys. Okay, that looks very patchy right now. Okay, so now I'm going to add powder. I use Fit Me. Literally works so good, especially with this concealer. I've noticed they work together really well. When you put powder on, you should leave it to sit for about 5 minutes. Also, just like the primer. My dad is banging on something. Goodness. While I'm sitting here not really doing anything, I want to thank everyone who watched the previous video that I posted. I had 2 very kind people comment on them. So thank you so much for watching. Right now my content is not very professional. It's very kind of hard to watch through. I'm trying to make it better, but we'll get there. My comments have been turned off because I guess I'm assuming it's because YouTube believes that I'm under 18. I'm not. Once again. Okay, so right now I'm brushing off the powder. I'm also going to add a bit of bronzer to my forehead. Okay, now I think I'm going to do my nose contour. I used to use my contour stick to do nose contour, but I've realized when I do it with a brush, it's so much easier to get it where I want it to be. So that is where I draw the line. And then I shade the part underneath my nose. Whoa, that's really crooked. That's what I'm doing for today, I think. Normally, I just kind of blend it out with my finger. Sometimes I use a brush or a beauty blender. I did turn my light on over here. There it is. Now that I've done that, I'm going to go in with some of my liquid blush. And blend them out. I'm gonna fix it, don't worry. Okay, now I'm gonna curl my eyelashes. This curler is literally on its last leg. I broke it and I have a hard time using it now. But I don't want to go get a new one because I have like better things that I need to buy. And like it's still functional, so it's fine. Now I'm gonna do eyeliner, and I'm gonna be doing it using a mirror that I can look into better. Oh my god, why won't this open? This is actually my eyeshadow palette, but oh my god, why is it so dirty? I really like the mirror on it. Okay, so I've now finished my eyeliner. I think it turned out pretty good, but I am not fully done. I'm going to add some black pencil eyeliner to my under eyes. Oh no, it's smudged. Oh dear. I hate when it does that. I'm gonna move on to doing a little bit of brown eyeshadow. I'm not gonna do a crazy amount for today. Just enough to like bring out my eyes. Unfortunately, my phone died, but I went and did the rest off camera. Whew. I just added mascara. I used Sky High, and then some highlighter, and then I did my lips. I used my Milani setting spray as well, and I also added my hoop earrings. I am excited to go take my photo and look hot. So thank you all for watching. Love you all so much.